Is this what conquering is? Hiding from the fight?
Oh no. You're all mine.
With news of release of the Justice League Snyder Cut, fans are wondering if the Justice League 2 can make it to theater as well. Zack Snyder teased that his version of Justice League might hit theaters soon. He posted a pic of Ben Affleck as Batman from Zack Snyder's Justice League on Vero, saying, "Want to see ZSJL on the big screen? Stay tuned for a date." No release date yet, but looks like a theatrical release could be in store. In July 2022, the black and white version of the Snyder Cut premiered in IMAX. Then in April 2023, a full-color version was released to support suicide prevention awareness. Zack Snyder's Justice League highlights how fan support can sway studio choices. Following 2016's Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice, Snyder was slated to direct 2017's Justice League. However, he stepped down in May 2017 after his daughter's tragic passing. Warner Brothers brought in Joss Whedon, known for The Avengers, to take over and complete the film. After Snyder left, Warner Brothers wasn't pleased with the movie's lengthy runtime and dark tone. They brought in Joss Whedon to rewrite and reshoot significant scenes, aiming for a happier, lighter feel. However, this move backfired, as Justice League received poor reviews despite earning $661.3 million against a $300 million budget. Following Justice League's disappointing release, fans rallied for Warner Brothers to release the Snyder Cut using hashtag #ReleaseTheSnyderCut to gain social media momentum. With support from the cast and a flood of signatures on petitions, Warner Brothers finally released Zack Snyder's Justice League in March 2021 as a Max original film. The 242-minute version was hailed as an improvement, with critics praising Snyder's original vision and storytelling. In Zack Snyder's Justice League, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Cyborg, and The Flash team up to thwart the alien Steppenwolf from taking over Earth. You can currently stream Zack Snyder's Justice League on Max. Now, as for the second part, whether the script is ready or the idea behind it. A plot synopsis for Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 and 3 has been revealed, and we're breaking down the filmmaker's plans for the DC Extended Universe. Recently, Zack Snyder revealed his original plan for Justice League was for Bruce Wayne and Lois Lane to find romance in the wake of Superman's death. He also revealed that a second, and possibly third film, would feature battle sequences every bit as ambitious as The Lord of the Rings. We've heard lots of conflicting rumors and claims about his sequel ideas over the years, but thanks to a recent exhibit for Zack Snyder's Justice League, we can now share, in our own words, a detailed breakdown of how the filmmaker envisioned a two-part sequel to the first film playing out. There's brutal Injustice-style deaths, huge plot twists, the Legion of Doom, Green Lantern Corps, and evil Superman to digest. We think you'll be particularly blown away by the ending. Oh, and best of all, the Nightmare timeline is finally explained after Batman vs. Superman's most confusing scene. Some will love this, others will hate it, but we sure do wish it happens. After the Justice League's last big adventure, the team comes back together to handle a natural disaster. But in the end, they each go their separate ways to deal with personal stuff. Originally, there was going to be a love story between Bruce Wayne and Lois Lane, which would have played a big part in the sequel, but that's not in the Snyder Cut. Lois is back with Superman, but she's secretly teaming up with Bruce to track down Lex Luthor. Bruce suspects she's hiding something. Meanwhile, Lex is busy gathering a crew. He's tracking down Dr. Poison, Captain Cold, Orm, and Black Manta to form a team aimed at taking down the Justice League. These villains were supposed to show up in Wonder Woman, The Flash, and Aquaman respectively. While all this is going on, Superman has a hard time getting back to his normal life since Clark Kent is dead, and he finds out Lois is pregnant. Wonder Woman finds a way to return to Themyscira, and Cyborg helps the Flash clear his dad's name. Penelope, the Amazon who warned Diana about Steppenwolf, helps her see a vision of her home, but in that vision, Wonder Woman also sees herself becoming the god of war and killing Superman. Aquaman is caught up in Atlantean conflicts and tries to unite the Seven after a battle with the Unseen. Batman is busy too, tracking the Riddler to an abandoned cabin. There, he finds out Lex asked the Riddler to solve the anti-life equation, and he did. After revealing this, the Riddler shoots himself in front of Batman. Lex fires up the mother boxes to snag the anti-life equation for himself, but Darkseid swoops in and grabs the power, just like he planned thousands of years ago and when he sent Steppenwolf to Earth in Justice League. Superman asks Batman to protect Lois, his world, and heads off to fight Darkseid. Bruce and Lois get into a spat, and she says he's not the father when he admits he knows she's pregnant. Lex tells Darkseid he can kill Superman, but that's not his goal. He wants to make Superman his servant, and for that, he needs to break him. Luthor points Darkseid toward Lois, and Darkseid shows up in the Batcave. Bruce, feeling helpless, freezes as Darkseid uses the Omega Beam to kill Lois. Superman sees this but is too late to stop it, falling under Darkseid and the anti-life equation's control. Lex's team attacks. Dr. Poison releases a deadly gas on Themyscira, wiping out the Amazons, including Wonder Woman, who dies in her mom's arms. Aquaman is taken down by Orm and Black Manta, with Mera barely escaping. This explains their absence in the Nightmare timeline. Flash survives thanks to Cyborg, but Victor Stone ends up being torn in half. Batman barely escapes from Superman, who later faces Lex and burns him to ashes. 5 years later, we're in the Nightmare timeline. What's left of the Justice League is struggling to survive in a world ruled by Darkseid. As they head towards the rundown Wayne Manor, they need to hurry because he's coming. Justice League 3, essentially set in the Nightmare world, depicts a devastated Earth where heroes and villains reluctantly team up. A Green Lantern appears briefly at the beginning, only to be swiftly killed off. The core of the story revolves around this unlikely alliance. Cyborg determines they need a mother box to power the cosmic treadmill for Flash's time travel. They carefully plan the jump to ensure Barry doesn't end up lost in space and time. The storyline shifts into a heist as they work together to secure the mother box. During the planning, Cyborg offers Barry 2 time travel options. Bruce, knowing the risks, whispers something crucial to Barry, who heads back in time amidst Superman's unexpected arrival. A catastrophic confrontation ensues where nearly everyone is lost, but Barry manages to retrieve the mother box just in time. He arrives in the Batcave, altering events with Lois present, warning Bruce of impending dangers. Darkseid arrives, targeting Lois, but Bruce sacrifices himself to save her, surviving with severe injuries. Superman arrives in time to combat Darkseid and aids in preventing further casualties. The climax sees the world uniting against Darkseid, reminiscent of JL1, but in modern times, ultimately defeating him. Originally, Zack Snyder envisioned a subplot where Bruce and Lois find solace in each other's grief over Superman, leading to Lois becoming pregnant, hinted at with a test in JL. Superman accepts the child as his own, eventually revealing the Batcave to him when he's older, inheriting the mantle of Batman after Bruce's passing from his injuries. If Snyder had continued with this storyline, it would have positioned Superman's child as the successor to Batman, continuing Bruce's legacy. Well, that's it for today. What do you think of Snyder's vision for the Nightmare world and the future of the Justice League? Would you have liked to see Superman's child take up the mantle of Batman? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more updates on your favorite movies and superheroes. Until next time, thanks for watching, and we hope you keep enjoying the epic adventures on screen.